This channel is designed to be a way to help you get better as a rogue in World of Warcraft BFA. I'm a vanilla player who was never the best, but I've had some amazing games in the arena and I consider myself to be pretty good. I use Icy Veins as a guide and mirror those talents for the most part. I'll quickly talk about my talents. I use Quick Draw to make Pistol Shot generate 1 additional combo point and deal 50% additional damage. So it's pretty good. I like it. I do like Weapon Master too, but Quick Draw just kind of has more utility. Like, that extra combo point really helps, although combo points build pretty quickly on Outlaw. I haven't tested Ghostly Strike, but I personally really like it because of that 10% increased damage from your abilities. It seems like Icy Veins says not to use it and no one really runs it, and I don't really understand why, so I'm going to have to test it out. Then level 30 talents, use Acrobatic Strikes to increase the range on your melee attacks. This is good because in like 3v3 arena you're running over to blind or gouge and you start dealing damage sooner than you would otherwise. See, like, let me show you. You'll be doing auto attacks and stuff quicker than if you didn't have that, right? Because your melee attacks have longer range. So look, you're gonna start swinging like over here already. And look at that gap, that's amazing. Like, if he tries to cut you, it's not gonna work. Okay? Then you want to use Marked for Death. A lot of people like Vigor, but like I said, Marked for Death is good because of that opener, like I said earlier. Like, when you have your kill target, you use Marked for Death, then you use Slice and Dice, and you have 35 seconds of Slice and Dice. Then you come up to your target, you use Cheap Shot, use Adrenaline Rush and the Orc Racial Blood Fury. Oh yeah, Plunder Armor in the beginning. So this is what your perfect rotation will look like. When you get close to the target, use your Tricks of the Trade macro. Make sure you have your partner set his focus so he gets the buff. Make sure your partner is within 15 yards of you so he gets the haste increase. Then you want to use Mark for Death and Slice and Dice. Then you want to open, pop Adrenaline Rush and Blood Fury. Sinister Strike to 5 points. You have your Combat Shot pistol proc, so you don't want to use that right now because you have 5 combo points. Then you want to use Between the Eyes, Pistol Shot, Killing Spree when they're stunned for that increased damage. Get to 5 combo points again, and Dispatch. At level 100, there's no question you want to go for Killing Spree. Okay, so then you have your Iron Stomach. This makes it so your Crimson Vial heals you for 42% of your maximum health every 30 seconds. That's pretty amazing if you think about it. In fights when you're trying to outlast them, like 2 DPS fights, it's like you have an additional 0.5 health, so you can outlast them. You use it in the beginning of the fight, and then you can use it towards the end for that heal. Then level 75 talents, you want to use Prayer of the Weak. This talent is amazing. Enemies disabled by your Cheap Shot or Between the Eyes take 10% increased damage from all sources for 6 seconds. So when you're on your kill target and you use Between the Eyes, they're gonna take 10% more damage. That's when I like to use Killing Spree, so it does a lot more. So it does a lot more damage than regular. So build your combo points using Sinister Strikes. Pool your energy so it's close to 85. Stun, and then you're doing increased damage for, look at that, all that, and you can maybe get a Dispatch in there. It's amazing. Then I personally like level 90 Slice and Dice because it's more reliable than those procs you get, those buffs you get from that other ability. And I just like it because your auto attacks do a lot of. Another important, for Arena, my honor talents, I use Plunder Armor, which reduces their maximum HP by 10% and increases your maximum HP by 10%. Take Your Cut, which grants 15% haste to your ally if he's close enough when you cast it at the beginning of the fight. That just increases your burst right away in the beginning to put that pressure on the healer. So he might have to trinket the sap or the blind, and then you can, vanish sap him, or you can just blind him. And I use Stick of Steves to increase my damage by 10% for 6 seconds, and you use that before you start, and it also comes off a cooldown really quickly, so you can use it mid-fight. The thing to remember is to use Plunder Armor like in the beginning of your rotation of your kill target, make sure your partner is close to you so he gets the bonus from Take Your Cut from Slice and Dice will grant him 15% haste for 8 seconds, and make sure you use thick as thieves. You can run over and gouge the healer. So see, he's not healing right now, and I'm doing damage. And then like mid-fight, you can also use Crimson Vial. You kind of want to use it early because once you'll need it again, it'll be off of cooldown. Pull your energy. Don't use your stun when you have like 30 energy. Wait till you have full energy so you can use Sinister Strikes back to back, and then you can like use Killing Spree there. So right there, I'm pooling my energy. See, I'm not using it right away because then I won't have that burst damage. Wait till it's near full, then you want to use it. So I'm going to show you what the ideal rotation looks like in a 2v2 arena match with a DPS partner for that Trace of the Trade macro. So always start out in stealth, as you know, because you're a good rogue. Tell your partner to stay close to you, but not too close so you can't get a sap off. Marked for Death, Slice and Dice, Cheap Shot, Macro, Adrenaline Rush, Blood Fury, Blind, Stun, he teleported, sprint to him, Stun, Killing Spree, forgot to use Plunder Armor, Vanish, when you're low health, Vanish Sap, see? He's not healing in that time. It's very good, very good. Make sure you have your partner focused so you can use the Tricks of the Trade macro. I always forget to use it. I always use it mid-fight, which is a mistake. You want to use it right before you open. So remember, Marked for Death, Slice and Dice, Cheap Shot, Adrenaline Rush, and Blood Fury Racial. Then you want to Blind. Then you want to Plunder Armor. And then you want to do as much damage in a short amount of time as you can. And use Killing Spree. You're going to line of sight here. You're going to try to re-stealth, because this is like the time they're taking to heal up. Okay, good. I got to re-stealth. I'm going to try to sap him. He's in combat, but maybe I'll get it. Maybe I'll get it. Don't spend too much time trying to get it. He's in combat, so I'm just going to open the DPS because my paladin is... Here I'll show you how the rotation should look in an arena game. Pretend I'm with a damage per second partner. And for that Tricks of the Trade macro, remember to set him as focus. And remember, you want to use that macro right before you open. It lasts 30 seconds and the ability starts once you auto attack. So the first thing you want to do is try to get a sap on one of them. That's vital. That's like the most important thing to do as a rogue. So the game starts, you want to start it off right away. Hopefully your partner catches up with you and stays in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to sap this guy here. Boom, he's sapped. Marked for Death, as you can see over here. Then Slice and Dice once I get a little bit closer. Slice and Dice. Cheap Shot. Forgot to use the macro. That's okay though. Blinding the other guy. Okay, he trinketed it. So now I can Vanish and Sap. I have 5 combo points. I'm going to Stun. Then I'm going to use Killing Spree. I'm low health, so I Vanish. And they can't find me. Hopefully my healer heals me up a little bit. Maybe I can get a sap on this guy. Nope, he's in combat. Okay. See, when you have 4 combo points, you don't want to use Pistol Shot. You want to use Sinister Strike. Don't do what I'm doing now, which is attacking a Blessing and Protection target. Try to take a path a little bit that's not so directly in the middle, because they usually flare in the middle like they just did. Gouge him in that situation when he's CCing the Paladin to lessen the damage. And thanks for watching. Any questions, just post them in the comments and I will get back to you. Dun, 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 dun. See ya.